I have very exciting news, and you'll find out after you watch the test route. I'm not going to tell you because I don't know how to keep a secret, and I can't lie. Hello everybody, my name is Shania. I'm a driving instructor based in Leeds, originally from London, qualified ADI. And today we have a new test route in Colton Mill. This is taken by one of my students. Her name is Ellie, and this is the second time that she's taken her test. So the first time she had 2 faults. She had 2 minors and 1 major. The 2 minors was not progressing in her gears and can't remember, but I'll put it there. The major on that first test, it will come back to me. Well, it always does. The major on her test was that she was too close to the parked car. So that will be put down as clearance. It was such a struggle, like everybody else, I'm sure, you found it such a struggle to rebook yourself in for another driving test. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. There's nothing in my power or your driving instructor's power that they could do to help get you a test quicker. It's just not something that we have access to. DVSA are trying the best that they can. Unfortunately, there's just been a huge backlog since COVID. Have you ever used a cancellation app? Let me know if you have. Drop me a comment. Let me know what is going on with your test, because it seems as though DVSA has just picked up all these tests and rebooked half of them into Colton Mill, which is a new test centre. We'll be talking about that test centre soon. Or they have just completely rebooked it for a different time and date at the same test centre, which is Fernville. Let me know what's going on with your tests. Today's test centre is in Colton Mill, and this is the new permanent location after Hare Hills and Fernville. Thank God, because God done us a favour by shutting down Hare Hills Test Centre. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked it. I did like it to some degree, but it is a harder place to take your test. That is now shut down. Fernville, so you're either going to be taking your test at Fernville or Colton Mill, because it's not a permanent location. It was just supposed to be their short term for Hare Hills Test Centre. But they're still taking tests, maybe just the ones that are already booked in. With Colton Mill, don't freak out. Because the thing is, you've been practicing for Fernville Test Centre, and you've been doing the same test routes that are present in Colton Mill. So areas like Crossgates and Seacroft and York Road and Selby and the Matalan car park and the little car park, Halton. So pretty much a bulk of it is there. So no longer going to be driving in Hare Hills, Roundhay, Chapel, Allerton. Colton Mill is actually a nicer test centre. Seeing the routes that they take you on, I know everyone struggles with their own thing, but it's kind of easier. They've got loads of dual carriageways, loads more country roads. It's quite similar to Horsforth, bigger roundabouts. I did speak to the examiner about the new locations, and she said they're now using like Crossgates, Alsthorpe. You've got the orbital, so I'll tell you what they cover. You've got the roundabouts that are connected from the Springs and Alsthorpe that runs through towards Winmore, next to the Winmore Cemetery. And then if you keep going, you'll get yourself to like Seacroft, Gipton, Seacroft, York Road, the orbital, new roundabouts, Swillington. Tell me if I'm saying any of these words wrong. I'm not from Leeds, so please correct me if I'm saying it wrong. Swillington and Winmore and Halton and Whitkirk. I'm remembering them. You'll still be using the Massline car park and Liddell car park. I will be posting more driving test routes like this one. I will be talking over, doing a voiceover and just letting you know when and what you should be doing. But yeah, I mean, Ellie, she's such a good driver, and hats off to her, because not only did she pass her test, but also she has really been through with it. She's really had to put up with a lot of changes by DVSA, and I'm quite proud of how she handled it, because she just kept getting back on the horse and trying it again. It doesn't take anything. It didn't ever take anything away from Ellie being a good driver. She was always a really good driver. However, what she struggled with the most, her weaker areas, would be hesitation and roundabouts. And even a couple of lessons before her test, even not the hour before her test, she was quite good the hour before her test, but it is exam season. And a lot of students are already quite under pressure with exams. They don't even want to think about taking their driving test at the moment. And if that's you, please don't pressure yourself into doing that. You have the time. Spread it out. The main priority first. Maybe do a list of order of importance and then go off of that. But if driving test is not on it, scrap it. Leave it to later. I think, yeah, prioritize your priorities. If you have your test at Colton Mill, you will need to go into the car park. So there's a barrier which is automatic, and as soon as it senses a car is there, it will lift. Go inside the car park, pull up. It's not a pull up. Do a forward bay or reverse bay. I would say reverse bay in, so it's easy for you to drive forward on your test. This does not count towards your test, by the way. It's just at the beginning and at the end of your test that the examiner will ask you to do this. It's normally a maneuver, but they're not going to class it as one. So don't worry too much about that. What else at Colton Mill? Everything else is the same. Everything else is the same. But those are the kind of areas that you'll be covering. And there's that junction just before the test center, which is a bit confusing. So practice around that area. Are you guys ready for the test route? How exciting. This was a very good test. Ellie is a very good driver. But what she really struggled with was hesitation roundabouts. She didn't believe in herself. She knew that she could go, but she would hesitate, listen to that voice in her head. Now, if you see that it's clear, you need to get your timings right. With roundabouts, there's so many different factors. You've got decision making, you've got the approach. If you leave it last minute, you're going to cram everything in. You've got the approach, you've got the decision making part, and then you've got being on the roundabout itself. I am actually making a new series called Drive with Purpose. Drive with Purpose series is all to do with understanding why you're doing what you're doing. So I'm not just telling you how to drive, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to coach you so that you're able to do it by yourself. It's not just me telling you what to do, because me telling you what to do, you're not going to learn it. You're just going to be told. You're not going to understand why. This is what this series is all about. I will be incorporating mindset into this, and maybe I'll be touching on if you're on the spectrum, if you have ADHD, if you're autistic, if you are dyspraxic or have dyslexia. I will be telling you some tips that you can try and see if it helps you. But the main focus is the common mistakes and how to correct them. I will be telling you in theory how to do it, what to do. Everyone is different. Some people are more visual, which is why I'll be putting in footage from my students and showing you different people at different stages and how well they get on, so you know what to expect. Because there's sometimes there's no tracking system when you're learning something. It's hard to track where your progress is at. That's Drive with Purpose. I'm dedicating it to my nephew who is in London, who I can't teach at the moment how to drive, but he loves cars. So I'm dedicating the whole series to him. So I will have to do it now. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm going to do it. So don't miss that. Hit subscribe. First lesson will be cockpit drill and understanding vehicle controls. But I'm not going to bore you with the details. I'm excited, but it's work that I have made for myself. But I want to do it. I want to do it. I have never had this result before. I'm so proud of Ellie. I'm well proud of her, you know. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on the other side.
Very angry kid. It's the same woman.
It is the same
The one thing we didn't want.
Who did that?
I've been cursed.
No, it's okay. You'll be fine. Let's mute this. Okay, this is where the examiner would set up the sat-nav, just check your driving examiner's details and get themselves set up and ready to go, so doing their cockpit drill. As soon as they're ready, they'll ask you to turn the engine on and drive on when you're ready. So here Ellie goes. She's put it into first, done observations, moved out onto the major road. You can see the white car is pulled up on your left, so she does not have priority. Moving back in. If you look at the sign ahead, you see the mini roundabout. Be careful with this mini, it doesn't show up on your sat nav. We're going straight ahead at this mini roundabout. Just look and see how this car goes on top. Silly boy, go around the roundabout. Next roundabout is a slightly bigger one. Ellie's going to turn right here. So checking her center and right mirror, signaling right. If you have a look, there's a white car coming. So she's going to stop, put it into first, drive on when it's clear. Now she's currently got her right signal on. She's going to check her mirrors after the first exit, signal off, and then speed up, get ready to change into the correct gear. Coming up on your left is a minor road. Identify it. No one on the zebra crossing. Mirror, mirror, signal, let that car know what you're doing. Slow down into second gear. Take a look at your curb and follow it round. More gas as you drive onwards, and speed limit on this road is 20. Now this is quite a common road that you'll get. Mini roundabout. Be sure, going straight ahead, be sure to look on your right hand side and make it obvious to the examiner that you see no one is coming. Here you have priority. So we're going to check your mirrors, no signal needed, move yourself out. That's it. Keep going, Ellie, and get yourself back in when you can. Sign letting you know that there's a minor road coming up, and you can see that there on the right hand side. We've got some parked cars on your left. Coming up to another meeting traffic point where we do not have priority, but no one's coming. So we're going to check our mirrors and move out, then come back in when you're ready. Having a look ahead, you have a roundabout coming up, and we're going straight ahead. So if the examiner does not give you directions, continue straight ahead, follow the road. Mini roundabout, looking on your right, no one's there, we're going straight on. Again, make it very obvious to the examiner that you've checked. And you might see it in your profile, but it's your test and you want to exaggerate. This is why some people say wear earrings. Dangly earrings on your driving test. Coming up to a bend, we're going to be pulling up on your left here. Mirrors, signal, brake, clutch down as she comes in, straighten up, look in her mirror, make sure that she's parallel, and then secure the car. The examiner will then ask her to drive on when she's ready. She'll put it back into first, do observations. There are some cars coming, so definitely signal. It looks like she's off. We're going to continue. The road limit is 20, so maximum gear second. Speed bump, try to center your speed bumps in the middle of the car and not where you are, because you are off center. Coming up to a bend, do take a look as far ahead as you possibly can. Speed bump on the floor, says slow down. Another speed bump coming up, there is no oncoming traffic. And no hazards ahead, so we're going to continue. Slight bend, no need to slow down for oncoming traffic if that's what you're thinking, because your lane is entirely free. Speed bump on your floor, another bend on your left. Again, no hazards, so no need to slow down a lot, just for your speed bumps. Now, coming up to a roundabout. We are going to turn right, third exit. So mirror, mirror, signal right, slow down into second, take a look. Now it seems like it's free of this grey car. Ellie's going to get ready. If things haven't changed, we'll go, but it looks like there's more traffic. So we're going to wait until there's a gap. Remember, you're not looking at the cars or looking at their signal. She's going straight into the right-hand lane because the first exit takes you off. That's your first exit, second exit, mirror, mirror, signal to the left. And try and move over into the left-hand lane because this is your normal driving position on the dual carriageway. You see you've got a cycle lane, you've got 2 lanes, it's a dual carriageway. There's a crossing, zigzag lanes on the floor, speed limit is 40. So try to speed up and get into 4th gear. Got some traffic lights coming up, they're green. So we're not going to drop our speed, we're going to maintain it and continue. It's here that the examiner gives Ellie some directions because this junction and its lane position can be a bit confusing. To pay special attention, there's 2 lanes, one going towards Thorpe Park and the other Colton, then splits off into 4 lanes. So we're going to stay in the second one going straight ahead because your left lane out of the 2 is the normal driving position. You've got a no entry sign on your left. There's a yellow box on the floor. Left lane takes you left. The 2 lanes takes you straight ahead. And lights turn green. We've got an arrow, so that means we do have priority. We're going to continue. And if you look at your floor markings, there now becomes 3 lanes. So Ellie's going to check over her shoulder and move over into the middle lane. This is the correct lane that you need to be in to go straight ahead at this major roundabout, which is an oval shape. So you can see on the floor markings, the left lane takes you left. This lane is the left of the 2 that takes you straight ahead. And this is a traffic light operated roundabout, so slightly easier. There's 2 variations. You have traffic lights and you follow the line markings and you stay in your lane. So if you look on your floor on the left-hand side, that's the dashed line you're going to follow around and it will take you into your exit. So you're going to miss the first one, that takes you left. Stay on the left-hand side here. And if you look at the lights ahead, they're red. So Ellie's going to check her mirrors before she brakes and get prepared to stop. Making sure that she leads a strip of pavement and she's able to see both tyres. Now, the only thing you should be looking at the moment is your traffic light because that's the only thing that can benefit you right now. That tells you when you can go. So Ellie's going to put it back into first, get ready to go. She's going to take the next exit, get herself into second, mirror, mirror, signal left, and then continue to focus on her speed and bring that speed up to the speed limit, which is 50. So it's changed now, it's increased to 50. So she's going to increase her speed and concentrate on her gears. Again, we've got another dual carriageway, so she's going to build her speed up. She has a cyclist who's going to move over to the right-hand lane, mirror, mirror, signal in, check her mirrors, decide when she can come back in again. And she's moved back in, take her signal off, continue. Building her speed up, getting herself into 5th. Well done, Ellie. Very good overtake. Very good. And she saw that early on. Okay, looking at your signs, what signs can we see? And looking at your floor markings, we've got a bus stop, a roundabout coming up. At the roundabout ahead, we are turning left, first exit. It's now 40. So she's going to check her mirrors, slow down into 4th. Mirror, left mirror, signal, slowing down into 2nd. And as she slows down, she's going to look at who's there. You see this grey car coming round. She's going to plan to go or stop once she's decided. Back into 1st because she stopped. and taking the first exit. Look at your pavement, because that's the only thing you need to look at. And if you look at your floor markings, it does get a bit narrow here. We're going onto a country road. We are approaching a different style of road. We've got different center markings. If you have a look ahead, there's a warning sign, there's a bend coming up. See, the thing is, with country roads, it could be a national speed limit. However, that doesn't mean you should be going the national speed limit. It is a limit, not a target. And I'm sure you've heard your instructor say this to you before. You will be fluctuating in speed because of the twists and the turns. So when you're slowing down, you'll be downshifting. When you're speeding up, you'd be upshifting. Warning sign, there's a minor road on your right hand side. You could see cars coming out of it. Ellie will be taking this road, so mirror, mirror, signal, moving into that box, slowing down. She can still go, so she'll take it in second. New road. Speed limit here is 20. So maximum gear into second. Did you see that sign at the beginning of the road? Every time you enter the new road, I want you to check out for speed signs in case you're someone who misses it. So just taking this next right, be careful with this one. It's on a bend. If you need to stop and reset, get yourself back into first, then get yourself back into first. Parked cars either side. That's equal priority. No one's coming, so Ellie's going to take up all that space. Pulling up on her left, mirror, mirror signal, moving in, clutch down, and as she turns, she's going to check her left wing mirror to make sure that she has left sufficient gap. Secure the car. The examiner will then ask her to drive on when she's ready. She's going to go back into first, do her observations, and then drive off when she's ready. She does have priority compared to the van on the minor road because the van is on the minor road and she has already moved off. Approaching the end of the road, Ellie is turning right, mirror, mirror signal, slowing down and preparing to stop because she can't see. We've got this parked car in the way, so sharper turning as she releases her clutch slowly gives her more control. Continue straight ahead. It's still a 20. Parked car on her right hand side, so she does have priority. Parked car on her left hand side. Let's have a look. No one's there. And she's going to pull up on your left hand side, so mirror, mirror signal, slowing down, moving herself in, clutch down, straightening herself up when she's ready. The examiner will then ask her to drive on when she's ready. Back into first gear, doing her observations, checking over her blind spot, making sure that's clear, and she's going to drive on when she's ready. Looks like no one is around. No signal needed. Again, speed limit is 20. She's going to build her speed up, get into second. She's turning left, mirror, mirror signal. Left turning in. Speed limit is the same, parked car. Going uphill, I think it was better for Ellie to stop there. But maybe she couldn't see the car, that's fine. She's going to tuck herself in and move out when she's ready. It's quite a tight space. Keep it slow here. There's a reason they fluctuate and they take you on 30 and 40s and 20 roads because you're supposed to fluctuate in the speed. At the end of the road, we are going to turn left. Mirror, mirror signal left. Moving in, clutch down because she's stopping. Back into first gear. Look if anyone's there. Look at your pavement. Continue. Speed limit is the same. Build your speed up to 20. We're going to go around this truck. No hazards. This is good. We have a few minor roads either side, but there's no hazards. This pedestrian's on the pavement. He's safe. We're going to continue. If you look down at the end of the road, you've got the red car, silver car. It says slow on the floor. Look as far down as you possibly can. That gives you more time to react. This car is slowing down. The red car is slowing down, so that means we can go. We're going to continue. Keep looking down the road. We've got a slight bend. This van is open. Check if there's anyone around. See if there's any oncoming traffic. If not, move yourself out and around. Show that driver exactly what you intend to do. Move back in when you can. A few minor roads. See this car coming ahead. We do have some warning signs of humps and pedestrians. There is enough space for both of us to fit on the road, and at the end of the road we're turning right. Mirror mirror signal, no one's there, planning to stop, back into first. Have a look at your road layout. No one is there at the crossing. We're going to continue straight ahead, picking up your speed because your lane is clear. And here, speed limit still the same because there were no new speed signs. So we're going to continue at 20. Traffic lights ahead, they are changing to red. So Ellie's going to check who's behind her, be prepared to stop, slowing down. And if you look for your speed signs, you'll see a 30. And looking at your floor markings, and she's going to stop just behind the line. But yeah, now that this bus has come, she's going to leave more space. See, she's such a good driver. Ellie's such a good driver. Reset back into first. The traffic light. If you think you haven't reset back into first, do this now. Do this now because you've got all the time to check and double check that it's correct. Also check if you're on a hill before you set off, and this is to make sure that you're not rolling back and you've got yourself prepared. So you're doing everything you possibly can at this traffic light to get yourself ready and eliminating all mistakes that can possibly be made. Check both of these things, they're very important. This is a very long light. I'm just going to fast forward this bit. Ellie's turning right here. She's going to speed up, get herself into second gear and eyes on the floor. Let's see how many lanes there are. There's just one lane. Any signs? No speed signs. So we know it's 30. She's going to speed up, going uphill, a bit more gas and get into third gear. We have any hazards. Can you see their brake lights are ahead and they're signalling? So Ellie's going to check her mirrors, slow down. She knows what they're doing. So she's going to check her mirrors, move herself over and try to continue doing the speed limit, building herself back up again. Looking at your pavement, it's a bit of a bend. We have oncoming traffic. There's a bus stop, car on your right hand side approaching. This car in front might turn. Ellie's going to check her mirror, slow down. We've got a roundabout coming up. We're turning left at the roundabout first exit. We're going to do one step at a time, so moving yourself away from the parked cars, waiting until you can come back in again. See the roundabout ahead. We're going to check our mirror, left mirror, signal, slowing down into second. Looking at your floor markings, slow down a bit more, look at who's coming. It's free to go, so Ellie's going to continue. Looking at her lane, leaving her signal on, building her speed up. Hi place, bye place. And she's off. She's going to take the next road on her left. The speed limit is 50. Now, she's not going to build up her speed. She's going to slow down and use that slip road to slow down furthermore. Looking at the pavement, getting ready to turn. Now, you know you're entering a car park, so recap your forward and your reverse bay for me in your head. Slow down into first gear, take the next left. This is the entrance to the Holiday Inn car park. And by now, you'll find out what the examiner would like you to do. Ellie will be doing her forward bay, so she's moved over to the left-hand side to give her more space. She's going to choose a bay, stop, get ready to go again. So first gear, doing her observations, checking to see if there's anyone around, waiting for them to go over her shoulder blind spot, and then turning in, propping herself up, looking at the lines, cancelling that turning clutch down, getting ready to stop, and she's going to stop when she's ready. Securing the car. This is where you want to do any final checks. You will not be able to see those lines as you turn in. You'll only see the white lines before you move and after using your wing mirrors once you've finished. So prop yourself up as you slow down driving into that bay. Now the examiner will double check that she's within the bay. If her tyre is on the line or outside of the line, that's a fail. So she's going to reverse back into reverse, doing her observations. Facing left means that she needs to turn the wheel the opposite way. As she reverses back, she's going to do her observations and see who's behind her. Back into first gear, she's going to drive off and take the next road on her right towards the exit. Now this car park, now I want you to treat every car park differently because they are different. Look at your floor markings. See which way the exit is, because some car parks are a one-way system and others are two-way. The only way for you to find out is looking on your floor markings. We're going to turn right at the end of this road. No one is on your left-hand side, it's a dead end. At the end of this road, we're turning left, so she's going to use her slip road to build that speed up. Keep looking at your pavement, build your speed up, try and get into third gear, mirror signal, check if anyone's there. This is where you need to make a quick decision. So while building your speed up, you're all set. You've checked your mirrors, you've signaled, and now you're just checking to see if there's anyone in your blind spot or anybody in the left-hand lane until you decide to join. Speed limit here is 50. Ellie is going to increase her speed all the way up until she reaches fifth gear. And as she does this, she's looking at the speed signs and the road markings. There's no one on her lane. On the floor it says slow, so she's going to find out why is it saying slow. There's a road on your left. There's arrows on the floor. Anyone that is overtaking needs to come back in. Speed limit has new speed limit 40. She's going to check who's behind her, slow down into fourth gear maximum. She's going to continue only increasing her speed if it is safe. If there are obstacles like bends and dips, she will need to slow down. And there's a road on her right. No one's there. She's going to continue. Warning signs ahead. There's humps and there's a minor road on your right hand side. If you keep looking on the floor, you have arrows to say slow down. If you are overtaking, come back in because those center lines change. They're now solid. It's telling you to slow down. Let's have a look why. It's a bend, so we're going to slow down before the bend. Keep looking ahead for any hazards. No one is there. Good, and we're going to take a look at the floor again. Your speed changes to a 30, you're going to slow down. Check who's behind you, slow down into third. There are no one. You have priority over the minor roads. Looking at your signs, you have warning, traffic light, crossroads. Can you see the crossroads? Ellie's turning right, mirror signal, moving herself into that box, slow down in that box, back into first. I reckon she could have taken it. No, first gear was better because she's going uphill. Speed limit is 20. She's going to build up her speed on this hill, get into second, keep looking ahead. Who has priority here? See where those parked cars are on your left? You do not have priority. If there's any oncoming traffic, you'll have to stop for them. But now it changes. Now the parked car's on the right-hand side. So now we have priority. So this is a bit of a sticky situation here because there's not a lot of space. But you guys need to work together, like she's done here, in order for both of you to move. And then she's going to drive on when she's ready. We no longer have priority. It switches back again because of where the parked cars are. Looking ahead, she has priority over this white car on your right. There's another car coming. Who has priority? They do. So Ellie's going to check her mirrors, slow down, plan to stop, back into first, reset, checking her mirrors, and off she goes. Ellie, amazing driver. Well done. Her decisions are on point. She's going to speed up, get into second. Check to see if there's any more oncoming traffic, especially around this bend. Moving herself out towards the right gives her a better view. She's going to continue down this road. We've got more oncoming traffic. At this moment in time, she's going to get herself back in. Well done. Still a 20 road. Really nice day. What a lovely day. Parked cars are on her right hand side, which means that she has priority. Keep looking ahead. At the end of the road, Ellie will be turning left, but definitely keep looking ahead in case there are any hazards. This will give you more reaction time because as a new driver, your reaction time is affected. We're turning left. Mirror, mirror, signal. You can see the speed limit changes to 30. Preparing to stop because she can't see. Back into first. And off she goes. She's going to increase her speed into second, into third. I believe here the examiner has asked Ellie to pull up on her left-hand side. So she's going to be looking for a space. When she's got one, mirror, mirror, signal, slowing down, clutch in as she moves in, turning right to straighten up, looking at her mirror, checking the gap, stopping when she's ready, and securing the car. The examiner will then ask her to drive on when she's ready. Back into first gear, doing her observations, checking to see if it's clear, and she'll drive on when she's ready. Let's wait for this that. And she's going to check over her shoulder again, make sure that it's clear, wait for anyone else that's there, and then she's off. Remember the speed limit on this road is 30. She's going to build her speed up into second, increase that speed more because you're going uphill, you need more gas to go against gravity. Then delay your gear change, speed up a bit more, get yourself into third later. The steeper the hill, the more power you need. At the end of this road, we're turning right, mirror, mirror, signal. Can't really see it, and there's a car ahead, so we're going to plan to slow down to stop. Back into first gear. We're going to wait for this car to go, and then wait until we can go. Can you see the national speed limit sign on the right hand side? So we know that it's now a 60 maximum. She's going to build her speed up, and to get faster, quicker, more power on your gas pedal, this increases the revs so that you get to gear change quicker. The more pressure you have on your gas pedal, the quicker you're going to go. So she's going to build her speed up until a comfortable speed. You can get marked down for going too slow, but they're not that hard on you. They don't expect you to go 60. Signs, slow on the floor, tending to slow down, probably because it's downhill. And then the speed limit changes to 30. So she's going to slow right down, back into third again. There's a bend coming up. There is a van wanting to emerge. Let's see what it does. But she's also taking this turn. So we're going to turn right here. Mirror, mirror, signal. Into position, she has to stop, so into first, and then going when it's clear. New speed limit 50, building her speed back up again into second. More gas needed because she's going uphill. Remember what we said, gravity's pushing her back. She needs more gas to compensate, so into third, and then building her speed up. There's a bend ahead, maybe taking it a bit slower before the bend. Warning sign of horses. No horses. I cannot see any horses. We're going to continue uphill. She has a very good view before, I believe, there is a bend. So she's going to take it easy before the bend. Her view is restricted. Keep looking ahead in case anything changes. No, we've got more space. That Uber driver, did you see him on the left? The examiner actually commented on Ellie's driving, and she was like, well done. I'm so glad you've done that, because it came out of nowhere, and he wasn't looking, and he was actually going to end up going. But well done, Ellie, for slowing down and moving around him ever so slightly and seeing that ahead. Well done, Ellie. Now she can freely breathe and build up her speed back into the speed limit. Looking at the markings on the floor, there is a hazard ahead. What do we have ahead? We're going uphill. The view is restricted. There is a bend ahead. She's going to slow down, like the floor says. There's a bend ahead. The sign told her she's slowing down more. She might need to downshift. So keep this in mind. Country roads, you will fluctuate in your speed, which means that you'll fluctuate in your gears. You won't stay the same gear all the time. Straight ahead, more space, more speed. Signs. What do we see? Construction. We're going to slow down. Gets a bit narrow here. Now she's going to build her speed up again because she can see she's got more space. Speed limit 40, checking her mirror, slowing down into fourth. Speed sign, another sign, there's more horses. We've got some parked cars on your left. We've got more parked cars. It's starting to get narrow here, so I would say slow down. Slow down to a comfortable speed. You are going uphill, so a lower gear has more power. Can't really see around the bend. What does the sign say? Zigzag, which means there's more than 2 bends. There could be more than 2. They can't fit all the bends on one sign. So be prepared. Keep looking as far ahead as possible. Now that you're going faster, your reaction time is slower. You need to compensate for this by checking further than you normally would and getting ready to slow down if need be. Going downhill, her speed will pick up, so she's going to be mindful of this. Signs ahead, there's more horses. And she's coming back towards the roundabout now, where she's going to be turning right towards the test centre again. So this is her returning to the test centre. The speed limit drops to 30. Mirror, signal right, slowing down into second, taking a look. Taking a look, no one's there. She's going to continue, leaving her right signal on. First exit, mirror, signal off. Remember this mini roundabout, it does not show up on your sat nav. It will be going straight ahead here, so make it obvious that you've seen that it's clear. Continue and get ready to be turning left into the test centre. Well done. Did you see what she did there? It wasn't her priority, but she slowed down and she double checked because she saw that grey car. Well done, Ellie. Thank you very much, mister, for waiting for us. And then we're going to turn left into this car park. Mirror, signal, slowing down into second gear, if she's not already into first gear. Going to turn in and activate the sensors. Once the barrier lifts, we're turning left. And look for a place to do your, I'd say, forward bait. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to get marked on it, so don't worry. Park up, and this is just for test purposes. The examiner does need to end the test. They don't care if you're not within the bays. It does not count towards your test. And then once she turns in, Ellie, right now she's probably thinking, I just want to know my result. But once she's stopped the car, she's going to secure it, and the examiner will tell her her result. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Well done, Ellie. That was such a good test. That was a perfect test. 0 minors. I've never had one like that before, and I've been waiting for someone to come and be the 0 minor person. Perfect student. I've had 1 minor, I've had 2 minors. Mostly it's like people pass with 4 on average, 4 or 5, but never a perfect test. And to say that she's never taken that test route before, perfect. Well done, Ellie. No hesitation at roundabouts. Perfect maneuver. Pulling up on the left was a struggle before. See, Ellie really struggled with hesitation, and you can see now she's perfect test. Just perfect test. Like, I'm so proud of her. I had to do something to celebrate because it's such a proud feeling that I have myself. So I impulsively bought, and I'm never impulsively buy. It takes me an hour to choose a kitchen bin. I impulsively bought some headphones, and you know the orange ones. I didn't even know if I liked the color, but I liked it. And I need to find out what Ellie has done to celebrate because she hasn't gotten back to me yet. But she deserves that win. She totally deserves that win. She worked so hard to get it. She's in such a better place now. I'm so proud of her. Now, if you want more test routes like this, subscribe, like the video if you like the video. If you find it beneficial, please like the video. I need to know what you guys like and what you don't like so I can make more of what you do like. And subscribe. Don't miss my Drive with Purpose series. It's going to be cool. I'm excited. I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.